Hello everyone. Again, this is Anaid, and today's topic is how to put your life in a suitcase. I'm not going to be very philosophical. A lot of people have asked me how come I can put everything my life in a suitcase and just move around in the world and go somewhere where I exactly don't know exactly where I'm going or what I'm doing, and just discover new places and just living. The question I get the most often is how come I just left my hometown and how to pack. So in this video, the idea is talking about how to pack. The most It's not a philosophical question of how to put your life in a suitcase. It's more the mundane question of how to put your everything, your stuff in a single suitcase. In my case, I usually travel with a small suitcase that only holds 15 kilograms, and that's all. I also have a backpack that holds 10 kilograms. That this is my carry-on bag, and that's all. I usually don't carry more than that. And I have found this is a very useful way of packing or understanding what's important to take with you when you are traveling. First of all, this video is about traveling by air. I understand that if you travel by train or by bus, in general, traveling in land has different policies, and you can actually carry more things when you're traveling by land. But in my case, most often than not, I usually travel by air because of the distances. I'm usually moving from one country to the other. So yeah, when you're traveling by air, the first thing you have to check is the airlines policies, because they change from one airline to the other. And at times you will think that you have enough space or some leverage. At times it is not the case. Also check if you are in a low cost flight. You usually have to pay for the luggage. That is an extra fee. Usually for traveling by air in low cost, they allow you to have up to 15 kilos per luggage. So it's a small if you don't know how to pack. Yeah, the idea then is to tell you exactly what is it important to take with you. First of all, you have to prioritize, because yes, if you're traveling abroad, especially if you're leaving your home country for a long time, you will probably think that there are many things that are important to you, like you say, I don't know, your Lego collection or this cup that your grandmother gave you last Christmas. And yes, they hold some emotional value, but you have to understand that they are things. At the end of the day, they are objects. The emotional value is something you carry with you inside your heart, I would say, but it's not that important. Most of all, they are just weight, extra weight and volume. So if you really want to carry something like it's very significant for you, I suggest bring a picture of your grandmother, for example, or if you really like one piece of your Lego collection, just take one doll of your Lego collection and that's it. You will travel lighter, and the emotional value is still there. And second thing, if you're traveling abroad, or you're traveling long distances, or if you're visiting friends or family and you want to bring a souvenir, let me tell you that souvenirs are quite tricky, because you don't want to bring them like the generic magnet, because most of the time those magnets are made in China, unless you're coming from China. They are not a good gift. you have to look for something that it's very unique from the place you are living. Let's say, and also something that you know that they cannot have access to in the country or in the place you are arriving to. I couldn't stop bashing my head when I went to Japan to visit my brother when he was living there, and we brought almost 1 kilogram of tortillas. Unfortunately, he had found where to buy them in Japan, so it was a bit disappointing. He actually liked them, but it's not worth carrying such heavy object just for knowing that it's somewhere else. They can find it. Um, so this is souvenirs. Next is toiletry. Just ditch the toiletry in general. Shampoos, creams, unless you are buying a special cream or some special toothpaste because you have a medical condition. You just drop them, and when you arrive to the destination, you just buy a new bottle. I know it's a hassle. I know it dents a little bit of your budget, but understand that this is also that weighs, and you actually are paying for the luggage you are carrying with you. So at the end of the day, just buying a random cream in your destination would be way cheaper than if you brought it from home. Uh, the next thing is documentation. Bring your documents. I know it's just heavy paper, and you might ask yourself, why do I need this? But understand that at times, if you're traveling for a long time, if you're going to be away for a long time, it is better if you have your papers in order and you have them with you. There are some documents that are really important for you to carry about. In my case, I always have this problem with the diploma, the university diploma, and sometimes my grades of the school grades, some tax payments, some pay slips, all of that. If you absolutely don't want to bring them, just digitalize everything. Get sure to have you have a digitalized copy of everything, and get sure that you have someone back home who can send it to you just in case you need it. And that's important about documents. Another thing, the most important thing I would say that is clothing. Check the weather. If you're going to a destination that usually you think it's warm, they can say you, oh, it's warm all the years. Every year is warm. Check social media. Check the weather. Check weather websites. Check the local news in the place you're going, because you don't know, you know global warming. You don't know if it's cold or if it's raining. If you just think that the general place you're going is a beach, seaside or something, and suddenly there's a hurricane coming in, it changed a lot the weather. So just get sure just bringing the clothes you are going to use. If you are not sure of what's the use of this piece of clothing, but you absolutely want to bring it, just don't. Just if it's just dead weight, and it's just volume that you're going to waste. Um, so yeah, and if it's the same, if you don't want to bring a jacket because you're going to a warm destination, be sure you have a space in your luggage in case you have to buy a jacket in the destination, because at times it happens that you are traveling to a warm destination and suddenly you decide to go to the mountains or go to the sea where it's cold, and you suddenly need a jacket and you buy it, and now you don't have the place to put it in your luggage. So yeah, it's a lot of prevision and planning, and it is more important what you think, and it's very useful to have these tips I gave you in advice in your mind whenever you are packing. And well, it's you will enjoy a a trip without a lot of problems, avoiding problems about traveling. And that's all for today. Thank you for listening.